They did finish their recovery operations off the Carolina coast.
The United States on Friday said recovery efforts to collect sensors and other debris from a suspected Chinese spy balloon were successfully concluded. And National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said investigators are now analyzing its guts.
They got almost all, at least that which was recoverable, and it's quite a bit. It's a significant amount, including the payload structure as well as some of the electronics and the optics. And all that's now at the FBI laboratory in Quantico. They're analyzing it. They're looking at it.
The Chinese balloon, which Beijing denies was a government spy vessel, spent a week flying over the United States and Canada before it was shot down by a U.S. fighter jet on February 4th on orders from President Joe Biden, a decision Kirby defended.
No apologies here.
Kirby also said the U.S. does not believe the Chinese balloon was able to collect any unique intelligence in addition to what it already gathers.
We were able to put in place protocols at sensitive military sites in the country, particularly in the Midwest, to limit any collection ability. So we don't believe that that the balloon was able to collect anything of great significance, certainly nothing additive to what the Chinese may have already been able to do through other means.
Since shooting down the Chinese balloon, the U.S. military has also brought down 3 other unidentified objects. Kirby tried to temper expectations about recovering the 3 objects, specifically one which fell into the deep waters of Lake Huron.
I mean, we all have to accept the possibility that we may not be able to recover it.
The intelligence community said this week that the 3 unmanned objects were likely tied to a commercial or otherwise benign purpose. According to reports, including one from Politico, a ballooning hobby group said one of their balloons went missing in action. Kirby on Friday could not confirm nor deny.
So, John, I take that to mean you guys don't have any plans to reimburse the bottle cap balloon brigade?
I don't know of any plans to reimburse. We honestly don't know what this is. We just can't confirm those reports or what the remains of that balloon might actually end up being. And we haven't recovered it, so it's very difficult till you can get your hands on something to be able to tell. And because of where it is over Lake Huron, I mean, we all have to accept the possibility that we may not be able to recover it. But especially, certainly in light of the Chinese spy balloon and what was a very real, certainly very sizable and tangible security threat, surveillance threat to the United States in the wake of that. So the military fine-tunes their radar parameters to see more, and of course they're finding more. And you got these 3, and they're unidentified. They're not responding to any kind of communication, so we don't know who owns them or what their purpose is. And they're flying in sovereign U.S. airspace. They're also at altitudes that could affect the safety of civilian air traffic, and based on the flight path and the prevailing winds, potentially moving over sensitive military sites. And the military leaders come to you and they say, Mr. President, we don't know what these are. We're concerned about what they could be and about where they could be going and what the purpose might be. And we recommend that you take these down in the interest of safety and security of the American people and out of an abundance of caution. The president acted on that recommendation because he takes so seriously his responsibilities to protect this country, our secrets, our interests, and our people. No, the purpose was not to ask them to take action one way or another. These are, again, sovereign decisions that nations have to make. It was about informing them of the context, the forensics that we did to learn more about this program and the ways in which their countries may have been overflown in the past.
Question on President Biden's talk with Xi Jinping. So as the administration is trying to ease tensions, the House Select Committee on China is trying to focus on human rights abuses by the regime by planning hearings, etc. on that topic. Will President Biden bring up human rights issues with Xi Jinping?
The president never fails to bring up human rights concern. And when he met with President Xi in Bali, he brought it up then. And it's not just with President Xi. The president believes that you have to lead with your values, particularly in foreign policy. He's never shy about bringing that up.
Thanks, John. And related to President Xi and that call with President Biden as well, have tensions cooled enough to where the two leaders could jump on the phone together right now?
There is an open line of communication, and I'm not denying that there aren't still tensions, particularly in the wake of the spy balloon. We don't believe it's the appropriate time right now for Secretary Blinken to travel to Beijing, and you heard the president that he will want to have another conversation with President Xi, as you might expect that he would, but we don't have anything on the schedule right now, and we'll have to do that at the time when the president believes it's appropriate. Is that the lines of communication with the PRC remain open. I recognize that there are tensions, but Secretary Blinken still has an open line of communication with the foreign minister. We still have an embassy in Beijing with a terrific ambassador, Nick Burns, and the State Department also can communicate directly with the PRC's embassy personnel here. So the lines are open. Unfortunately, the military lines aren't open. And that's really what we would like to see amended. And it was, of course, curtailed after Speaker Pelosi's trip to Taiwan.
Is there a precondition for a call?
There's no preconditions for a call. The president will want to have a conversation with President Xi at the appropriate time.
Good. Thank you. Thanks, Kirby. Just a quick one on the president's trip to Poland. Is he going to be making a stop to Rzeszów or anywhere other than Warsaw?
Right now, the trip is going to be in Warsaw.